Every diamond for less.
If they've been shopping, which we encourage, and then come to us, and they're kind of at first they're like, "Oh, why is this $5,000 or $7,000 less?"
Best value guarantee, best selection guarantee, best experience, bar none, guaranteed. From Jacksonville's locally owned Diamond Powerhouse.
The family, the relaxed atmosphere, and we're there for each other.
It gives us a big advantage being local, and we love Jacksonville. The money stays in Jacksonville, by the way.
Beard's Diamonds in St. John's Town Center and online at beardsdiamonds.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
How do we make Trevor Lawrence and this offense as dynamic and explosive as we can be? Right? We've got to build it around him as well, right? We've got to make every part of this about improvement, and he will be a part of that process. He's earned that right. I cannot respect his toughness and mentality and work ethic more than I do already. This will all be about Trevor right now.
Somebody wrote a clip.
Trevor under center. Oh, he slipped and he fell down. Trevor fell down on the play. Now he's going to try and run it in. He's in the end zone. Touchdown. Trevor ran it in. He ran it in. Touchdown.
I mean, he was number one pick for a reason. I mean, he can move well with his feet. He can get the first down. He's not easy to bring down. I think you can relate him to a Josh Allen in that point. Like, he's not one of those QBs where you just kind of thud him up and he's going to fall to the ground. Like, you got to actually hit him. You got to actually bowl him to the ground. But also his legs and his arm is something that you definitely have to be very keen on.
Trevor drops, looks, fires toward the goal line. That ball's going to be caught. Touchdown. Dropping, looking to throw. Looking, fires left side. Ball's going to be caught for the touchdown. Trevor takes it, runs to the right, runs it into the end zone. Touchdown.
I don't think I ever seen Trevor like this. I feel like we won a national championship together, and I feel like he's just out there. He's on fire, man. Like, you seen it.
Dropping is Trevor. Looking, steps up. He's going to run it. Trevor to the 5-yard line. Trevor stays on his feet. Into the end zone. Touchdown.
Trevor is his own person. He's very much cerebral in terms of the way he communicates with everybody, right? He doesn't change his stripes just based on who he's interacting with. And because he is just innately such a good guy and a good person, he has the ability to pull people aside in his own way and just be honest with them. And that kind of hits home, I think, for a lot of players where maybe he's not rah-rah, jumping up and down and getting guys maybe fired up. He can pull them aside and just maybe have a quick conversation that hits home.
You know, Trevor, because we appreciate you so much for everything you do. I just want you to know all of Jacksonville behind you. We know it's a meme that's kind of going viral, so we got your own video.
Trevor takes it, runs to the right, runs it into the end zone. Touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown run by Trevor Lawrence.
I mean, you asked people a year ago, people thought I sucked. So, I mean, I don't think you can listen to too much. I've always known what I'm capable of, and it's been frustrating at times. You know, I obviously haven't played as well as I know I can, but now having the foundation in place, the confidence in what we're doing, the system, the scheme, our personnel, got a lot of great players.
Appreciate you guys. Couldn't have done it without you. Duval!
1010XL 92.5 FM presents Jaguars Today with your hosts Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith, Tom McManus, and RJ Saunders.
Oh, yeah. Welcome in, everybody. Happy Friday. It feels like the gang's all here for the first time all week. Tommy Max.
Hello,
with
gang.
Us. Hello, Thomas.
How are you, fellers?
Good morning to you. What do you
Good
got?
to be here.
You wearing skinny jeans? What are you doing?
No,
over
but
there,
they're
bro?
flexible jeans.
Oh, is that what they are?
Stretchy. You know, Chuck Norris had it right. Remember when he came out with those jeans that were flexible? And I was like, it's a little weird.
I don't.
But he had.
I don't remember that
They
at
did.
all,
He was in the magazines and all with the stretchy jeans.
Okay.
They're a little stretchy.
He was ahead of his
Do
time.
they look thin?
From a distance,
little
they looked like skinny jeans to me.
Come on, skinny jeans don't fit my legs.
I don't know what to tell you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe you should.
Gotta have the stretchy.
You should walk the runway here.
You gotta have the stretchy jeans.
Walk the runway in front of the table.
I just showed him.
The audience decide.
Listen, if I'm going to show my backside like that, I got to be Compensation. I need some compensatory picks is what I need for that, Mike. Please.
Well,
Get me
you're
some
in the
more.
right town, apparently. You're in the right town. What will we get for Tom's backside? And we'll have to pay a 7.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
7th round penalty.
Couple.
Every time Tom gets up and turns around in front of the streaming camera, the Jaguars lose another draft pick. Something like that.
Only 7th rounders.
Or an angel gets its wings or whatever. I don't know. Something along those lines. Well, good morning, everybody. We're out of the players once again. And I guess, I thought they'd get it all in yesterday, Tone.
They almost did.
Delay wasn't too bad, but they're off and playing this morning. See, Tagala went off 10, started off today. He's among the leaders out there. He's a fun guy to watch. Look, I am a snob a little bit when it comes to golf. I like the big name guy winning it, and but you can become a bigger name simply by winning it. You put yourself on a new stratosphere, in a new stratosphere.
Yeah. I think when it starts, that's how you feel, right? You want to see the names that you know do really well. And win.
Yeah,
and then
at least in contention on Sunday.
Yeah.
I want to see Rory. I want to see Scotty Scheffler. I want to see those guys up there. If somebody can take them down, so be it.
That's what yeah. But on Sunday, that's when you start feeling like, hey, if this guy's going to, whoever he is, if he's a no-name or not, he's still one of the best 123 in the field. How about that, Demps? Knew that little data there.
Look at you.
And, he's got to earn his way in.
Well, I would think anyone in the field is among the best in the field. Yes, among the top 123 in the field. They don't get the live guys anymore, though.
Right.
So, you got a few guys like that. Seb Straka, by the way, leading it at 7 under par, followed by a small contingent of American flags on that leaderboard. So we'll see how it all shakes out. Xander Schauffele, the biggest name right now, I would say, in the top 8-ish right now in contention, along with Justin Thomas.
How many holes do the guys have to catch up?
Only a few.
Okay.
I mean, they're probably caught up.
By now.
Yeah, the guys from yesterday. So it'll be fine.
There was only 4 golfers that didn't finish.
Okay. Yeah, it wasn't much.
Cool.
Wasn't much at all.
That's not
they were all playing their last hole.
Good.
I was surprised how quickly they were back out to playing in the afternoon. Great for everybody because it was packed out here yesterday. And hopefully, I would imagine Friday's always like it's half a holiday in Duval. Friday at the Players
out here. Yeah, I love it.
Is there's got to be the number one day for half days taken, right? Like if you're able to take a half day,
dang right.
And people go till noon, and then they come out to the Players, and you got the leader or the afternoon flight still out there. You get to watch most of it, and
salespeople will see their GMs out here. The GMs will see their executive VPs.
That's no different than us at 1010XL. I saw the whole damn sales department out here yesterday, Tony. I don't think they were selling anything, but they were definitely using that company credit card.
Yep.
So James Gladstone spoke yesterday, which was very interesting. Fraudulent is what he called the reports of them entertaining Brian Thomas trade offers. What do you make of the comments, Tony? We'll play them coming up.
Yeah, I think it was interesting listening to him talk about it specifically, and his reaction to it was basically he doesn't want to see any of it impact Brian Thomas Jr. That was essentially his reaction.
Right, you're on social media. You're like, if you're Brian Thomas, you're like, man, are they really shopping me around?
Right, like it's one of those things where, and it's kind of cool to see the GM come to the defense of one of his guys in that specific kind of way without it being too in your face about it. He's just like, look, I hope it just doesn't have an impact on him. We like him. Right? Yep. Did you see what we did at the end of the season last year? We want to build on that. Was more the way that he answered the question. And look, I think we've kind of answered it that way every time it's been brought up to us. Like with anyone anywhere saying, is Brian Thomas Jr. being talked about? We're like, why would they talk about it? Right. Like if someone wants to call him and say, hey, this is our offer or whatever, I think they would listen to see what the offer was going to. They're not calling anybody to see, hey, are you interested in Brian Thomas Jr.? And I'm not even sure, like his answer yesterday was, we're not even getting that. Like it's not even getting to that point with this. It's kind of where is any of this coming from some of these national guys with this particular story?
Were they in the Max Crosby trade?
He said no.
Not at all.
No. He said they didn't make an offer at least. Now, look, there can be some semantics in here. What's your price on Max Crosby?
Right.
It starts at 2 first. We're not interested.
Right.
So did you call on Max Crosby? Or you didn't make an offer, right? So that doesn't mean – I think there's a little room for interpretation on some of this. But when you hear, the Jags are turning down this or they haven't – I don't doubt anything James Gladstone said yesterday. I don't think he's lying about anything.
No, but
right?
I don't think I don't think lying's the correct. Look, his job is to protect those players in the organization.
Sure, but it doesn't hurt your relationship. If someone calls and says, hey, would you give Brian Thomas for this? You can say, yeah, we deflected offers. We don't want to trade Brian Thomas. You can actually strengthen it that way by admitting that you got offers that you didn't accept. He's saying they're not even calling. They're not even making these trade offers. It's fraudulent. It's fake. They're making stuff up. And what happens, people look at a circumstance and we go, well, they're probably, and we do it too with other teams. I just don't take the social media and post it like it's factual. You know what I mean? We sit here and we speculate what might have happened here. Could this guy be available? I bet he is for the right offer.
I know the why. There just is no there.
There's nothing there. There's no fact. There's no truth.
No, listen, and I believe what James is saying. I'm not saying that he's not telling the truth. I think when the cynical side of me says, well, okay, when the rumors were out, the speculation, it's BTJ and a first trying to get Max Crosby. Oh, look at him cook, look at him all this stuff, which ends up not being true. But immediately, including me and others, I think you guys as well, like we were concerned that, man, if Brian sees this, he's going to get down in the dumps.
But if I'm Gladstone, I call Brian Thomas and tell him that.
Right.
I don't need to make a public statement about it. Like
maybe he does.
That's your opinion. I don't think he does.
I'm just taking the other side. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying, could it be damage control? Just saying, hey, man, we weren't into it, and we never shot Brian. We love Brian. We want Brian to be here forever.
I think if you are saying that in a way to repair a relationship or strengthen one, and it's not truthful, you got it. Then the rest of time that Brian Thomas is here, you're wondering, when is the person going to expose me for lying about that? Like a GM could say, well, I made an offer for him.
Well, would you be concerned about Brian Thomas hearing about it?
Would I might be if I was James Gladstone. I don't know Brian Thomas' personality.
You personally, would you, when you heard about it, would you man, I don't know.
Like human nature-wise, if you hear your name being bandied about, you wonder what is going on. How do they feel about that? But I think it's more important that Liam Cohen talked to, not even James Gladstone. Liam Cohen talked to him like, man, we're not shopping you. We want to. This is our goal for you. And if Liam Cohen's a straight shooter, Brian Thomas is going to believe it.
Which I never wanted them to shop Brian at all. I want Brian to stay here.
I do think none of us have the answer as to why year 2 didn't go any better than it did.
Yeah.
Right, for Brian Thomas Jr. So, and we've talked about the potential for the off-field stuff, some of the distractions that could have been there for Brian Thomas Jr. We're not privy to any of that information. They are. Is there a universe where them being privy to what was going on behind the scenes with Brian Thomas Jr. puts them in a position where they feel like he needs to reaffirm to Brian Thomas Jr. where everything stands right now? I think you can look at the circumstance last year and see, that's at least a possibility.
Sure.
That the GM feels like this guy needs to feel like I have his back because I do. In this moment, I do kind of thing.
But I'm not going to – I don't feel necessarily compelled to do that by every time a rumor comes up, I have to shoot it down in real time.
No.
Look, I'm going to talk to you. It's going to be addressed. I've already talked to Brian about this in my head, assuming this is how it plays out. And as long as Brian knows and I'm honest with him, if conditions change or whatever, then we don't have an issue. I just think it's funny because I think it happens all around the NFL. We pay attention to it because this is a team we cover.
Right.
And guys get talked about all the time. Oh, we got to make an offer for this. They're turning down offers. We hear it all the time, and we don't really know.
Right.
Because generally GMs are not going to confirm or deny one way or the other.
And they're always talking to teams.
Sure.
They're always someone's calling them or they're calling the other team or whatever.
You cannot fault if they were to call Gladstone today and go, hey, man, I heard you hadn't got any offers on Brian Thomas. I got one for you. I don't expect Gladstone to hang up. All right, what is it?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, no.
Yeah, no.
Because there's a number. You can tell me you love Brian Thomas. If somebody says, here's 3 first-round picks, you're trading Brian Thomas. So, and I'm not saying that is going to happen, but to say that there's no way you would trade most any player, that's just not true for any team in the NFL.
Well, we know this. Going into 2026, we need Brian Thomas Jr. In a really good spot mentally. We need him positive. We need him energized. We need all that stuff.
Agree with that. And an impact player on the field, and he can be just simply by drawing top coverage, as he did down the stretch this year. He could be more than that for this football team, though. All right, we'll hear from Gladstone coming up. We've got some former Players Champions on the ground, so we might get a chance to talk with one or two of them along the way today. Jack O'Brien will have Players Championship updates live from World Headquarters coming at you 3 times an hour for the next couple of hours here. If you want to be a part of the conversation, talking Jaguar football, 641-1010 on the Key Buick GMC phone lines or the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Our question of the day today, simply, what do you make of the first week? Are you satisfied with what the Jags did? Retaining some of their own guys, signing only one guy from outside Jacksonville's roster, and yes, opting ultimately not to pay what it would take to bring back Etienne and Devin Lloyd, among others. Weigh in on that if you would like on the air or on the socials. You can hit us up at MD_1010XL, at 1010XL Fat Tony, at Meathead55, and at R has no J. RJ, good morning to you, sir.
Fellas, how you enjoying the Players?
It's good, man. I mean, it's as long as it doesn't rain on me, I'm fine. That rain. I got on the cart. Tony and I got the cart ride yesterday after the show over to the media center. I know we were fancy. First time I've had one. And all the times I've done it out here, and literally, I think we beat the rain by 2 minutes as we got in the media center. It was tight.
Where is the media center?
You've never been to the media center?
No.
Wow.
I have no idea where it is.
Okay. We'll suss that out on a break.
Suss it.
Yeah, because it's not really important for anybody else.
Right.
Because they can't
go
to it. But
okay.
We'll explain.
I thought I was just making conversation.
Tom McManus, who's never been to the media center out here at the Players Champion. You've never been? You've never done a show?
I don't think so.
From inside or just outside the media center?
I don't know. I got to walk by. Sometime the brain. You just got to. Maybe when I see it, I'll be like, "Hey, old friend."
Oh, the media center.
Oh, that place.
That's what you were saying. All right, let's take a time out here. Come back. James Gladstone steps to the mic, and we'll hear what he had to say next on Jaguars Today, live at the Players on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today from the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. On and off the field, at home, on the road, practice or game day, Hayes Carline covers the Jaguars daily on the all-new 1010XL.com. 1010XL.com. Here's a 1010XL Players Championship leaderboard update.
Good morning. Good morning from the Players Championship on this Friday the 13th. Our sponsors for this report, Renewal by Anderson, Hollis Pools, and by Michelob Ultra. High-flying Jack O'Brien here, and thought I'd give you a few quick stats from yesterday's round and so far through today. Shane Lowry came into his final hole yesterday at even par, but made a quadruple bogey on 18, shooting 76-4 over. Only 5 players made it through yesterday's round without carding a single bogey. Victor Hovland had 15 pars in his first round. At this moment, the cut line is at 2 over par. Alex Smalley's entered the big picture, birdieing 4 of his first 5 holes. He's now at 6 under par, just a shot behind leader Sepp Straka, who is 2 under for the day and now at -7. Corey Connors birdied 4 of his first 4, that's 4 in a row, and has also moved to 7 under par and is tied for the lead. Maverick McNeely, the only one of the first round leaders who is in the afternoon pairings. Keep your radio here, 1010XL, for continuous coverage of the Players Championship. RJ, let's take it back to Jaguars Today with Tony Smith and Mike Dempsey.
Did you know that an annual coating inspection can extend the life of your building by years? Catching early signs like hairline cracks, fading, and moisture intrusion helps prevent costly repairs down the road and keeps your property looking its best. Our team at Performance Painting helps you stay ahead of maintenance with professional inspections and long-lasting coating solutions. Protect your building, protect your budget. Go to performance-painting.com to schedule a free inspection. Performance Painting, repair, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting! The Players Championship returns to TPC Sawgrass March 10th through 15th. Experience golf's most iconic stage with enhanced food and beverage offerings, interactive fan attractions, and an atmosphere built for every type of fan. See the best players in the world, including world #1 Scotty Scheffler, 2025 champion Rory McIlroy, and fan favorite Brooks Koepka take on the legendary Stadium Course and the famous Island Green. Tickets available at theplayers.com.
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
The Jacksonville Icemen are in town for 3 games this weekend, starting Friday for Teacher Appreciation, presented by Community First Credit Union. Then Saturday, it's Wizards Night. Wear your house colors and watch the Icemen do battle in special Wizard-themed jerseys. Then Sunday at 3, it's Publix Family Fun Day. Take a shot on goal on the ice after the game. Tickets at Ticketmaster, JacksonvilleIcemen.com, or call 904-602-PUCK. Iceman hockey is #Sub-Zero.
No one knows more about fishing the First Coast than Captain Kevin Faber, the Ring Power Fishing Forecast Show. Reeled in by the Pest Pros at Royal Pest Services. And Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Thursday nights at 6
on 1010XL AM.
If you're the kind of person who likes to compete and win, listen up. Purple Heart Pools is hiring sales professionals and project managers to start immediately. Purple Heart Pools is a veteran-owned company building some of the most impressive custom pools in Northeast Florida. And they're looking for people who want to grow, earn, and be part of a winning team. If you've got the drive, work ethic, and the leadership mindset, search Purple Heart Pools and apply today. Equal Opportunity Employer.
How many Major League Baseball players have played exclusively for the Yankees and the Mets?
When you file a claim with Southern Oak Insurance, we schedule one of our trusted vendors to work directly with you, which means a faster claim resolution. Find out more at southernoak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
Just 6 Major League players have played exclusively for the Yankees and the Mets, including the famous Yankee catcher Yogi Berra.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours. You want a new fence, but you don't want the hassle. That's why there's Superior Fence and Rail. They're the best in town, offering lightning-fast one-day installations, plus a lifetime labor warranty for total peace of mind. And here's the best part. Book by March 17th, and they'll take down and haul away your old fence for free, up to a $500 value. So get off the fence and call Superior Fence and Rail today.
SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Blue here for the Blue Crab House, located right off of San Jose. It's on Jewington Creek Road. They've been around since 1996. Indoor-outdoor dining. Also, takeout is available at the Blue Crab House. Open 4:30 to 9, Tuesday through Saturday. Sunday, noon until 9. Remember, Tuesday, $2 margaritas. Wednesday, $1 oyster night. How about the blue crabs? How about my personal favorite, the Canadian snow crabs? Whatever it is that you fancy, you get it right there. The Blue Crab House.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Mac in the Middle, Tom McManus. Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. Superior products, exceptional service. On 1010XL.
All right, live at the Players, Seb Straka at 7 under, one shot clear of the field right
Australian Oak, isn't that his nickname? Seb Straka?
Seb Straka?
Yeah, the Australian Oak. No?
Not Australian.
Yeah. He's not?
Is he?
Oh, I thought he was Australian. Yeah, look at you. You're always looking at me funny. Like I come out like this. A friend of mine. He's got
certainly not an Australian flag next to his name.
Okay, what is that?
I don't know. Swedish?
Swiss?
I don't.
Or Switzerland? No,
I don't know. You're the one who brought up his nationality.
Austrian Oak, maybe. Is that an Austrian?
Maybe.
He's a big dude.
Why don't you look that up and instead of me having to fact check you?
You don't have to. Just roll with it.
No, I'm not going to just roll with it. And then people are going to think that I agree with you. Just roll with
little things. Just little things.
Exactly. That's life. It's full of little things. Vienna,
right.
Austria. There you go. Must be the Austrian Oak.
See, I was not close.
You were half a world away. But other than that, you had the tree.
Actually, I was only a couple letters away, if you think about it. Austrian and Australian. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I do.
It out there.
I do. I do know what you mean.
See? Don't get so upset. If you would have just rolled with it, we could have said, oh, yeah, the Oak.
I could have.
The Oak.
I didn't, because I'm not familiar enough with Sepp Straka.
I only heard it yesterday.
Well, there you go. So you expect me to know. And
friend of mine from the Golf Channel, he's like, yeah, Sepp Straka, the Australian. I thought he said Australian. So.
I know you did. That's been established at this point in time.
Yeah.
Good luck, Seb. All right.
Go get him, Seb.
Go get him.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get to James Gladstone speaking yesterday. Obviously, this year's free agency a lot different than last year's. On Monday last year, they had agreed to terms with several guys who would end up being starters for this football team. And Gladstone just talked about, obviously, coming in year one, trying to raise the floor. Why is year two philosophy so much different?
Quite a bit different than, a year ago today, right? We came out the gates, what you might call as hot, signing double-digit free agents, external free agents right off the bat a year ago. And, the whole approach to that cycle was raise the floor of the football team, and that was a part of it. We're at a stage now where, a higher volume of draft capital is what we're hunting up, and those compensatory picks. When you think about high-priced free agents of ours ended up signing elsewhere, well-deserved contracts. I mean, a lot of guys that have already announced his signing, they did their part to put themselves in really sound positions to earn that, and excited for all those guys.
And we'll hear it later on. He talked about specifically ETN. He said something about, we felt like we'd get out of the way and let him make what he could make. I think that was kind of a concession to, we did consider the transition tag, which would put him at a certain number. Had they put the transition tag on him, though, the contract New Orleans signed him to, they could have easily signed him to that anyway, and then you get no compensatory draft pick. So they just, thought, we could make a kind of a ceremonial offer to him, but he's going to get more somewhere else. And
and they're happy for him. Yeah, absolutely. Look, the strategy, just thinking about it, like the former regime put them in a pretty, tough situation with the cap and the dead money and all that kind of stuff, right? With the guys that they had to get rid of and all that. So the strategy has to, I guess, be through the draft. Like, let's get as much capital as we can, make trades when we can, use them as picks when we can, and then the cycle will come back around where we'll have the cash, we'll have that cap space to go get these high price. Because I'm sitting there going, well, why not just restructure him? Restructure him, frees up like $25 million in cap space, and then go get one of these, big name free agents. But clearly, that's not the strategy this year.
No, they're trying to get it, I feel like, all cleaned up. Like New Orleans, for instance, somebody made the point when they signed Travis Etienne, isn't this the team that's always in cap hell?
Right.
Every year, a month before the start of the league year, they're $50 million over the cap.
Right.
And they went out and they found the money. So you can do it. You just got to keep pushing dead money down the road.
Which you got to pay eventually.
In part, I think this year they feel like they can compete and they can clear a lot of that off and, like you said, be more financially flexible going into next year. If you need that one key big piece or two, you might be in a better position to get them.
Yeah, and like Tony and I were talking off air, like you wait to see what you can get in the draft. And then, go from there. Who you may add from there.
And part of it, just being mindful of the compensatory pick formula. Chris Rodriguez, I believe, because he was not tendered an offer based on he had only been 3 years in the league. They could have tendered him at like whatever level, like the original round level,
second round,
what have you. Had they done that, then he would count against your compensatory draft pick formula. As it is, it's like that transaction is invisible, didn't happen, and it will not impact what you're going to get back, hopefully, for losing ETN, Lloyd, and Newsom.
No doubt. And speaking about Rodriguez, obviously Gladstone was asked about that acquisition, and it's not been a busy free agency week for the Jacksonville Jaguars, but they have added that running back, and he was asked about how he fits in his mind as they bring him in.
Chris Rodriguez is, in fact, somebody that if you watch the tape, you understand very quickly exactly who he is as a football player, the superpowers that he taps into consistently. And, if you draw back to his time at Kentucky, it's remained a constant. He's very physical at the point of attack. He has a really good pace in his approach to the line of scrimmage and finding the lanes. Obviously an intimate understanding of the system and how Liam likes to call things. So there's a lot of strong matches just generally from how, those two in tandem can really work together. And then also our interest in continuing to find ways to level up our capacity in the run game to, make it a really balanced attack, being able to attack the perimeter and also the inside.
they're a different kind of runner than ETN.
Mhm.
ETN would dance, right? I mean, there are definitely times when he wouldn't hit the hole up there. He'd be kind of probing the line a little bit. That's not Chris Rodriguez. You know, if there's 3 there, he's going to try to get you 4 or 5. He's not going to try to hit that 30-yard home
He's a
run.
bruiser.
He is a bruiser. Although, you know, we looked at it yesterday, Tom. Bashal Tutin's long run last year is 15 yards.
Yeah. In the wild card game?
Right. In the wild card game, he had
ripped it off.
a longer one than that. But in the regular season, 15 yards.
Okay.
Chris Rodriguez was 48.
Right.
And he didn't play that much either, you know. And look, they like that trait. I think they want a guy that is that, you know, when it's 4th and 1, we're going to pound it up in the hole. We can convert it. And I think generally, you know, Liam Cohen's talked about this, Gladstone, that he's that kind of guy that you kind of know you're going to get that 4 yards out of, you know?
Yeah, and I think, look, when it first happened, I was like, wow, this is interesting. This isn't just some veteran coming in to, you know, help out the young guys in the room, right? This is a guy they're going to count on quite a bit. I mean, he's the highest paid running back now in the room, so they're going to give him a lot of run. There'll be a nice 1-2 punch, but I would imagine they're thinking he's RB1 going in.
I don't know that they are. Why would they?
I mean, why would you give him that kind of contract? $6 million
Because the rest of your running back room's making nothing.
Yeah.
I mean,
It
De'Ami
means
Brown
something.
made $10 million. What did that guarantee him? Well, Parker Washington is making nowhere close to De'Ami Brown, and De'Ami Brown was on the bench, not getting. It's to me, come on in. If you prove you're the starter, go be the starter. If Bashal Tutin, I
just feel like if they believed in Bashal Tutin 100%, that they wouldn't need a move like this.
You got to have another running.
Yeah,
back,
but running back to spell him, maybe, you know, that kind of back. I don't know. That's right. Or maybe a 3rd down back that's going to catch the ball out of the backfield.
That's probably LaQuint Allen.
He can block.
Yeah,
you know,
we'll
he's
see.
a great receiver. No, I'm just saying. Like, I'm glad he's here. He looks like a great player.
I don't at all think that this contract is an indication of anything. I mean, again, going back to last year, De'Ami Brown gets $10 million, and by the end of the year, he's not even active on game day.
Yeah, I don't know. That felt more like a trial for 1 year. You know, like let's see what you can do. But I don't know. I think it feels a little bit more.
So he's getting over 2 years what De'Ami got in 1.
Yeah. Guarantee. I don't know. $6 million in guaranteed money. Again, that's not like just come in and we'll give you a couple bucks.
I got it. De'Ami got $10 million.
Yeah.
I mean, it's again, you know, maybe it gives him the first rep of the offseason. I don't know. I don't know what they promised him, but if it were me, Bashal Tutin's taking the first rep of OTAs, and then we'll go from there. Because he's my kind of incumbent guy.
Yeah, we all know that doesn't matter who takes the first.
Oh, I know, but I do
Bixby
think
was going to be the first.
I think it did matter, though. I don't think that was he was the guy until he wasn't the guy, though. Like, otherwise, what are you doing? You know, you're not giving one guy the first rep of practice every day because you don't think he's going to be a factor, right? I don't know. I think ETN overtook him, and
he did,
and
for sure.
So they moved on, but I don't think that was them going, you know, we're just doing this. I mean, why else would you do it? If you don't think Bigsby's going to be the guy, why would you give him those reps? They're valuable, you know? So anyway, we'll come back. More James Gladstone on the other side, including on the losses the Jags suffered, Devin Lloyd and Travis Etienne among them. And we'll hear more from the GM going straight forward as we are live at the Players. If you're coming out today and you come up the 10th tee or off the 10th tee, walk up the fairway tee, you hit that big fairway bunker, hang a right, and you'll see that sidewalk taking you to Trucks on 10. We are right next to it in the white tent right outside that. Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith, Tom McManus here with you live at the Players on Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today from the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL. Live streaming from the XL Digital Studios. Brightened by Harbor Dental Care, Jacksonville's first choice for dental emergencies. Here's a 1010XL Players Championship leaderboard update.
And a very good morning from the Players Championship. 123 players with 7 past champions and 14 first-timers going after the gold this morning, a $4.5 million jackpot, the Players Championship. High-flying Jacko here with this update brought to you by Kuhn Flowers, by Wingstop, and by Sawgrass Asset Management. Now on the leaderboard, looks like Sepp Straka has just jumped out to a one-shot lead over Corey Connors. Straka now 8 under through 7. He's 3 under for the day. Corey Connors birdies his first 4 holes and has jumped into second place, just a shot back at -7. There's several players at -6. Lee Hodges and Alex Smalley. Smalley birdied 4 of his first 5 holes. Other notes this morning on the Players' Championship. Let me pull this up here real quick for you. Justin Rose is 3 under today and has moved into contention. Justin Thomas, Tommy Fleetwood, and Scotty Scheffler will tee off today at 142. They'll be on the front side. Ludwig Oberg and Siwoo Kim, the only twosome out there today due to Morikawa's withdrawal yesterday. For the Players' Championship, keep your radio here at 1010XL for continuous coverage of the Players' Championship. Now back to Jaguars Today. For 25 years, Instant Keys has been the go-to locksmith service for car keys, transponders, and even high-tech smart locks. For honest, professional locksmith service,
Instant Keys comes to you. This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
I used to dread going to the dentist. Every visit felt like a sales pitch with constant upselling, surprise fees on my bill, and I could never get in when I needed to. But Harbor Dental Care, totally different. They saw me the next day, gave me honest pricing up front, and even set me up with a payment plan I could actually afford. No pressure, no surprise charges, just kind people who get it. If you want to experience dentistry the way it should be, book your appointment today at harbordental.care. That's HARBOUR dental.care.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. Since 1977, we've been Jacksonville's local family jeweler with a beautiful selection of fine jewelry and certified diamonds. But we're also Jacksonville's leading buyer of gold, silver, and diamonds from the public. Gold has recently hit an all-time high at over $5,000 per ounce, and silver is over $100 per ounce. Pay bills, buy something fun. Now is the time to sell your gold and silver for cash and get top dollar, or trade it in for a new piece and get even more at Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
The Players, one of the biggest events on the PGA Tour, is right here in our backyard. How much do you know about the tournament? Keegan Bradley made a hole-in-one on number 13 with a 7-iron from 153 yards last year, his second ace of the season, and it was the 13th ace on the 13th hole at TPC Sawgrass in Players Championship history. Sawgrass Asset Management, specializing in high-quality growth stock and fixed income portfolios for institutional and high-net-worth investors. A Jacksonville company proud to be involved in the community.
Royal Pest Services, a local company you can trust. Royal Pest is a certified installer of tap insulation, which stands for thermal, acoustic, and pest control. Reduce that electric bill by adding pest protection. It's that easy. Online at royalpestservices.com.
We've all been there. You hear about an incredible event Monday morning, but it happens Sunday. Stop missing out. Jacksonville is the flip side of Florida, and we have the solution. From under-the-radar sporting events to the perfect family outing or date night, Visit Jacksonville is your all-access pass to the city. Plan your 2026 season at visitjacksonville.com/locals. visitjacksonville.com/locals. Or download the Visit Jacks app for the full lineup. See what you've been missing.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Attention men and women. If you'd like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Hurry and receive a free hair and scalp examination and get 2 weeks of laser treatments for free. Call IHRS at 904-777-4477. Hairforme.com.
All right, Jacksonville, you know spring has officially arrived when the pollen's flying, the grass is growing, and your septic system starts thinking about getting your attention. Trust me, a simple pump out now can save you from a disaster that'll have the whole neighborhood holding their noses. That's why you call Duck Duck Rooter the only master septic contractor in Northeast Florida. Real pros, not somebody guessing with a shovel. Right now, schedule your spring septic clean and get $50 off septic tank pumping. So when you're stuck, call the Duck, 904-862-6769 or duckduckrooter.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
Tom McManus.
Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. Superior products, exceptional service on 1010XL.
All right, Jaguars Today live at the Players. Taking a look at the weather forecast on my phone earlier today, Tommy. I saw like 1% chance of precipitation. Going to be a beautiful one. Dad bods anywhere this weekend?
No, we played last Saturday, and it was awesome at the local in Ponte Vedra, and we are playing again April 4th at the Ponte Vedra in Atlantic Beach.
All right.
Yeah, be a lot of fun. Hey, we are playing a corporate gig. This is kind of cool. In June on the USS Orleck downtown.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah,
You'll love that.
That'll be awesome, won't it?
That will be cool.
Yeah.
All right. Have to let us remind us of that one.
Yeah, for sure.
Coming up. All right. So back to James Gladstone speaking yesterday. It's obviously only one new acquisition by the Jags, Chris Rodriguez. He weighed in on him. We'll, I'm sure, talk more about Chris Rodriguez because he's what we've got to
I'm glad he's here.
That's new.
Yeah.
And Devin Lloyd, what, just some thoughts from James Gladstone on the loss that will be for this football team.
Devin's impact on our football team over the course of the last year was nothing short of, significant. And without him, without his on-ball production, games are going to look a lot different. The results of those games are going to look a lot different. And I know that our coaching staff had such a high appreciation for what he did. The players in the locker room loved to play beside him and appreciate all the pieces that he brought to the puzzle.
Look, Devin Lloyd was a great player for the Jaguars last year. I think you're getting an idea of how they value the off-ball linebacker position, maybe specifically, right, with what they're doing with that. But he was also asked about the players that they have the options to replace Devin Lloyd now going into 2026.
We can look at our own that we still have as people that can step in and have stepped in over the course of their rookie contracts. And Ventrell Miller, he started multiple games at linebacker for us and did so even last year. And beyond that, Branson Combs, who is an undrafted college free agent, found his mark on special teams and still has a lot of upside that can be built upon. Beyond that, you look at the middle linebacker spot in Foye, who's held that down for quite a few years and is the leader of that crew. It's really exciting to know that he can continue to evolve in that capacity with Jack Kaiser right behind him. And then, the fact that we were able to get Dennis back.
Yeah, look, you can name names all you like. It's going to be tough for me to see any of those guys that are on this roster filling Devin Lloyd's spot with anywhere near the same level of production. But if you are the GM right now, you talk about the guys you have. I'm not going to write off Branson Combs, right? Branson Combs, go out there and compete. And you got as good a chance as anybody else if we really, give you a fair opportunity.
Right. There's no ducking around. Devin Lloyd had one of the best seasons a linebackers ever had, right? Like in a Jaguars uniform.
He's one of the best
seasons we've ever seen anyone wearing that uniform have. So can you directly replace, the numbers that Devin Lloyd gave you last year?
Yeah.
Probably not, but I don't think Devin Lloyd coming back replaces Devin Lloyd and what he gave you last year necessarily.
Maybe. Would you have signed him to that when you saw the numbers?
Yeah, I was surprised. I thought they would be like way
18 to 20.
Yeah, then you're like, okay, I get it. But man, 15, because Quay Walker and Nakobe Dean, they're a little bit less than Devin, boy, like 12 and 13.
Still, that's a lot for Nakobe Dean, who's never really been that healthy.
Well, healthy, right? I don't know. All those accolades, you're only all pro on defense. You don't have the guy on the roster. The one that's closest, in my opinion, is Gardeck, just because he can rush the passer. And I think Devin should have been rushing the passer more. I mean, look, you pay for what? Not what he's done, but what you expect him to do. And, and this is what I don't understand too, is like, well, he was great in our scheme.
That's the same scheme.
It's the same scheme. Keep him great. Why don't you want it again? Maybe he gives you another All-Pro year in your scheme. Like, I don't know. To me, I would have kept him. But again, they get the benefit of the doubt.
But you know what? The market also said this is the best Devin Lloyd's going to get, right? I mean, we would have thought somebody, even if it wasn't the Jags, would pay him more than that. Yeah. And the fact that Devin Lloyd agreed to terms as quickly as he did indicates to me that his agent knew this is the best offer.
This is what you're going
to get. $15 million a year average. But it was just surprising because it was a lower number, and you can manipulate that first-year cap number a lot more than the other ones, and you have to come in at a few $1,000,000 and make that work. But
I wanted him back. I would have, maybe that 18-19, that's high, obviously, but I wanted him back, especially when I saw that contract, $25 million guaranteed.
Right. I would have said before free agency, I think it was more possible to retain ETN, but then seeing the contracts, if ETN's going to get 12 and Lloyd's going to get 15, I'll pay the linebacker. I'll find the replacement running back.
I agree.
Yeah, look, it doesn't mean it's wrong. It doesn't mean it can't work.
Agreed.
Teams have to make these kind of tough decisions sometimes, and just
so they just didn't value it, or they just didn't have the money, or a little bit of both.
Probably a combination of things. I mean, if they had $100 million under the cap, I would imagine Devin Lloyd's a Jaguar under a very similar contract. But if you're going to let somebody go, right? I mean, he's not a defensive end, not a quarterback, not a left tackle, right? Not a corner, not a wide receiver. So where does that position?
Just a measly old linebacker.
No, just a damn linebacker. These guys.
Those guys, you find them anywhere.
Go get
you over here. You
run in there head first for 5 years, and then we'll replace you. All right, let's take a time out here. Let's come back, Tony, on the other side, and talk about more dispelling of rumors from James Gladstone yesterday. Not just on the Brian Thomas front, but on the Max Crosby front as well. Apparently, you can just attach a Jack's name to anything out there these days, and you look at some of the
speculation.
You saw, who was it? Dinah Rossini? Who was the one who had the report? Surprisingly, the Jags were the surprise team in on Max Crosby.
Yeah, right.
I guess it was a surprise, all right, to Gladstone, Cohen, and Baselli.
Right.
Because according to them, they really weren't on Max Crosby, or at least in a serious fashion. So we'll get to that coming up on the other side as we make our way through the first hour today. Jack O'Brien will continue to update you from World Headquarters with Players Championship leaderboard updates throughout. Tom's favorite guy, the Austrian Oak, Sepp Straka, got to 8 under par now.
Way to go, AO.
There you go. AO was one of the guys on the N1 mixtape tour as well back in the day. That was very good of you, Tom. Corey Connors of Canada, a stroke back right now in solo second place, the last leaderboard check I had. All right, we'll take a time out here and join you once again live from the Players in just a few minutes on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, Mike Dempsey for big #1 Duval Ford, where it is truck time in Jacksonville, and that means all month long you can take advantage and drive home a brand new 2025 F-150 with no money down, no payments for 90 days, and 0% interest for 60 months. That's right, a new F-150, 0 down, 0% for 5 years, 60 months. See all the deals now at DuvalFord.com, or stop by big #1 Duval Ford at 1616 Caston Avenue today. It's truck time at big #1 Duval Ford.
Jaguars Today for the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. Get Florida Gators play-by-play on 1010XL.
It's a weekend of spring baseball in the Swamp. 23rd ranks Florida and South Carolina, Friday and Saturday night, and Sunday at 1 on 1010 AM.
Mr. Chubby's Wings is giving away free beer again this year for the Madness Tournament. You can enter the bracket challenge at 1010XL.com right now. Monday morning, you can make your picks. Then when the tourney starts Thursday, print your bracket out and bring it into any Mr. Chubby's Wings location during the games. Every game you pick right, you get a free Budweiser. And the bracket challenge winner gets 2 tickets to Welcome to Rockville on Saturday. See Mr. Chubby's Wings Facebook for full contest details.
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
Homeowners, ready to open your home to spring and shut out high energy bills? It's 31 days of spring savings with Renewal by Anderson. Right now, buy 2 windows or doors and get the third 60% off. Plus, 0 down, no payments, and no interest for 18 months. But this offer expires March 31st. Renewal by Anderson, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation.
License number CGC 1527613.
The Players' Championship returns to TPC Sawgrass March 10th through 15th. Experience golf's most iconic stage with enhanced food and beverage offerings, interactive fan attractions, and an atmosphere built for every type of fan. See the best players in the world, including world number 1 Scotty Scheffler, 2025 champion Rory McIlroy, and fan favorite Brooks Koepka take on the legendary Stadium Course and the famous Island Green. Tickets available at theplayers.com.
Life happens every day, and sometimes it gets in the way. That's why 1010XL makes it easy to listen to your favorites. If you missed it, get it on demand.
At 1010XL.com.
Channeled by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning.
Hey, Jacksonville DDH. Dreamfinders Danny Hicken here with the scoop from Dreamfinders Homes, your National Builder of the Year. We've got first-year interest rates as low as 2.99% and homes in 20-plus communities throughout Northeast Florida. If you're house hunting, make sure your first pick Dreamfinders Homes, the proud official home builder of the PGA Tour, the Florida Gators, and your Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit dfhsalesevent.com today and tell them Dreamfinders Danny sent you.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level, and the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey, Hicken here, and I want to tell you about Beach's Dermatology and my doctor, Dr. Metz. I've been going to Dr. Metz for, I don't know how many years, decades. I got the scars to prove it. Listen, Jets, I love the beach. I love to play golf. I love Florida. I love to go to my kids' games in the hot sun all weekend long. Summer's basically here, and the sun will be shining. Don't forget your sunscreen. Trust me on this. You need to go get checked out today. It's more important than you think. Give Beach's Dermatology a call online at beachesdermatology.com.
Hey, Jacksonville, David Garrard here. If you want a street-legal golf cart that's built with quality and style, check out Dynamic Drives and Designs in Jax Beach. They have new, used, and fully customized carts from the top brands like Atlas, Dodge, and Pilot Car. Every car gets a complete expert inspection, so you know it's ready to hit the road. Their team can help you design the perfect custom cart that fits your style and needs. For your custom golf cart, visit dynamicdrivesdesign.com today and see your perfect ride.
The Jacksonville Icemen are in town for 3 games this weekend, starting Friday for Teacher Appreciation, presented by Community First Credit Union. Then Saturday, it's Wizards Night. Wear your house colors and watch the Icemen do battle in special Wizard-themed jerseys. Then Sunday at 3, it's Publix Family Fun Day. Take a shot on goal on the ice after the game. Tickets at Ticketmaster, JacksonvilleIcemen.com, or call 904-602-PUCK. Iceman hockey is #Sub-Zero.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Number 55 in the middle, he's Tom McManus. Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. Superior products, exceptional service. On 1010XL.
Live at the Players, Jaguars Today. Yes, Thomas?
Is there an echo?
Yeah, I think there is. It was nice to see our listening audience that take the time to stop by and say hello. So, again, we're right next to Trucks on 10.
Right in front of it.
Yeah.
Or to the side, whichever
just
way
off
you
to the
come
side
in.
as you're entering off the 10th
The
fairway.
10th fairway, correct.
Yes, Tom's got a great layout, mentally of the whole place.
I do.
How far do you have to go to get to 11, Tony? That would be the next hole.
Probably not far.
The next hole down.
We just can't ask Tommy to find the media center.
That's right.
It's never been.
Yeah, follow 10 down, and it dog legs left, and then just keep going. And
You
you're
played
right
out here before.
Oh,
haven't you?
yeah, a bunch of times.
Yeah, it is fun.
I don't deserve it.
No, none of us do. Right? I don't know how many times I played, but I played a few times, and it's a great course in terms of us locally haven't played it, but even before then, it's always been a staple of video games.
Yeah.
Way back to the early 1990s, I knew every hole on this course. I'd never been out to the tournament before, and when I came out, I'm like, pretty damn accurate, for that level of technology in the early 90s.
Absolutely. Listen, a lot of great memories in the decades-long relationship I've had with TPC Fridays. You know, it's just
Yes.
so many great times.
Yes.
Thursday, too, if you want to throw in the John Daly. But
Yep.
played out here like probably 10 times. And it's funny, like when your friends come in out of town, they get to 16 green and they're like,
all right, they're freaking out over there,
my God.
right?
And I'm like, let's hurry up with your putt for crying out loud. Let's go. You know, like, let's golf. You know, but no, it's like
17.
No, I know.
Thing, man.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
I don't look at it like that, but, you know, people that have never.
What about the first time you played it?
So maybe even more than you know.
Right. You
And
come right
anytime
here.
I take a shot there, which I'm terrible.
That's the one.
You know, I'm playing the J-Funk.
Have you
tournaments.
birdied it?
No.
Okay.
No. I think I'm probably 1 out of 10 on the green. The rest go in the water.
I'm like 4 out of 10, maybe.
Okay.
With 2 birdies, though. That's not bad.
2 birds.
2 birdies, yeah.
Wow.
With that
that's
back
impressive.
left. 2 birdies from the pros.
Okay.
Because that's the one thing that we always did. We'd play from the white tees.
Right.
Like normal people.
Right.
And then when we got to 17, tee went up from the pros.
That's right.
And then if you didn't like it, you can go play from the whites.
Right.
That's how we do it.
Yeah.
You know? But
it's a good way to do it.
So anyway,
Listen, you got to, as you guys know, you got to be accurate out here, man. It's unbelievable.
There's no question. You got to be able to hit it both
tight
way,
it
a
is.
little bit both way. If you're really going to score it, you got to be able to hit a fade and a draw and move, work the ball around and the whole 9, man. It's it is. It's a beast.
I know this is redundant, but just when you see these guys tee off, like I'm walking up here, you know, I stop when they tee off, so I'm not moving. Watching the guys tee off on 16, it's like they barely try, and the thing goes.
Well, it seems like they.
It
barely,
looks like
because they're coordinated. You know, like
but
it's
they
not
don't
that herky jerk.
No, right.
No,
right,
but
right.
if you measured how fast that club head's moving, it's whipping.
It's smooth, I guess.
It's
is what
right.
I'm
It's
thinking.
smooth, and they're so pliable. They're so bendy. They get that coil going, and they just
Whack it.
that club head
unbelievable.
speed is unreal.
It is.
It
Fun to
really
watch.
is. Somebody told me years ago, if you're going to bring your kid to take golf lessons, that if they're not telling them to swing as hard as they can when they start out, then they're doing it wrong. Like you can always try to dial it back in.
Okay.
It's tough to break. Like if you're trying to be all nice about it,
Yeah.
it's tough to let it go. Start out just swinging, ripping, and then realize how much you need to dial it down for every particular club.
Yeah.
But most of those guys with the driver, man, they're not holding back now.
Yeah.
They're going 90.
Now, is there
9.9.
still a lot of driver out here, or is it 3-wood, 5-wood with some of these tight?
For these guys, there's some. I saw Scotty. I think he started with an iron on 10.
Did he really?
Yesterday,
Wow.
missed the fairway too. On 10.
That wasn't
That's a
that
nasty
good.
He still had a putt for birdie.
Yeah.
Like, he was
Right.
getting
No.
that going. Right.
Well, you know, but yeah, I would imagine those guys hit a lot. You know, I'd never think to pull a 3-wood out of my bag out here.
Yeah.
You know, like unless you're like maybe on like number 12, right? Because you got that little water that comes up around the green. But no. Tom,
I like the 5-wood off the green.
the reason you play golf is you can hit driver 14 times in my book. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, right.
And after that, it's all downhill. All right, let's get back to a little Jag talk here. A couple of quick thoughts here from James Gladstone speaking yesterday to the Jacksonville media and was asked about the pass rush. He says fixing it is an ongoing process.
That's going to be an ongoing process where we're continuing to map out how we can level up. And, you know, that's a pairing of personnel and scheme and also the back end being tied to rush plans and continuing to ensure that we're able to stop the run at such a high tick like we were last year without diluting that element, but still improving the pass rush.
Along those lines, we mentioned it early in the show, but now from the horse's mouth, him saying they never went after Max Crosby.
That wasn't necessarily something that we were actively engaged in. We're always communicating with other clubs on, the landscape of their thoughts. And I can tell you in particular, we never got down to a real dialogue exploring that.
Right. Again, I feel like there's a lot of semantics going on with the reporting on this, right? Like the Jags were a surprise team in on Crosby. From that, we never got down to a real dialogue. And could that mean that James Gladstone spoke to John Spytek and said,
right,
what would it take? Right. Yeah. And he's like, starting price minimum 2 1s.
Right.
And if you don't have one this year, it's going to take a lot more to make up for it. And so, okay, you know what? That's way above our price range.
Appreciate your time.
Right. That to me is not like making an offer or like people. I think that kind of conversation happens a lot.
Yeah, and look, on the other side of it, at least for me, like, just trying and you don't get, so I don't, you didn't get them. So who cares if you tried or not? You know what I mean? Like, if you were in on it, great. But I want you to win.
Fans do like to know that, though. They want their guy to win, but to a certain price point. Like, I don't know what would it have taken for the Jags to top the Ravens offer for Max Crosby. They're getting the 14th pick and a first rounder next year, right? And the Jags won a lot more games than the Ravens this year. So the Jags pick theoretically is going to be later next year as well. And so, okay, we got to get from 56 to 14. What do you have to give to make up that difference? A ton.
For sure.
So, but I do think that, whether
the fans like
it,
but they got to know that, like, almost every big trade, like, you either making a call or asking someone to find out what the deal is, that.
But I don't think every organization does that. I think there are organizations that are more, this is our team, this is what we're going to roll with. I think Gladstone is perceived to be a guy who is, like, always looking under the next rock to see what gem he can find there. And I think fans just like that because it keeps them engaged. It makes them feel like they're
it makes you feel like he's working.
Yes.
He's not just sitting on his hands, say, hey, we're good. We don't need anybody else.
That's a big part of it as well. All right, hour one in the books, live at the Players. Sepp Straka continues to lead at 8 under par. Got another leaderboard update coming your way. Corey Connors may have just made a move to tie him at the top of the board. Jack O'Brien will have all the details for you coming up. We got another hour to go with Tom McManus, Tony Smith. I'm Mike Dempsey, live at the Players. This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Jaguars Today.
For the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. 1010XL.
Above Gotham looms its greatest hero.
We're not a superhero. We're the Superstation.
Who are you? Oh, sorry.
1010XL.
The bat signal is not a beeper.
92.5 FM.
I just like the sound of it.
Here's a 1010XL Players Championship Leaderboard update.
Good morning and thanks for tuning in this morning. This report is brought to you by Purple Heart Pools, by Duck Rooter and Air Conditioning, and by Corona Beer. Well, let's see here. Oops, I just had a little mess up, little glitch in my computer system. It's okay. Sepp Straka's now stepped into the leader's box. He had a birdie at the par 5 16, now at 8 under par, 3 under for the day. Corey Connors, 5 under for the day through 6. He's also tied for the lead at 8 under par. Alex Smalley's having a good start, birdieing 4 of his first 5. He's now at 6 under, along with Lee Hodges, who's just 1 under for the day after playing through 10 holes. After a 1-over round yesterday, Tom Hoagie is now at 8 over, making a quintuple bogey on number 7. That's a huge 9 on a par 4. Not good, Tom. Let's shake that off and get back to business. Again, Sepp Straka, Corey Connors on top of the leaderboard at 8 under par. Keep your radio tuned to 1010XL. We'll keep you informed and up to the second with continuous coverage of the Players' Championship. It's Jack O'Brien, and now back to Jaguars Today with Mike Dempsey and Tony Smith.
Welcome to Key Buick GMC, proudly family-owned and operated since 1943. Come see why they're North Florida's new and pre-owned truck center, conveniently located on Southside and JTB, just minutes from the St. John's Town Center. At Key Buick GMC, every new vehicle comes with our lifetime powertrain warranty. Key Buick GMC, we are professional grade. Online at keybuickgmc.com. Lifetime powertrain warranty covers engine, transmission, drivetrain only. Exclusions apply. See dealer for details.
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
Longer days, warmer nights, and a backyard that brings everyone together. Spring and summer in Florida means pool days, backyard barbecues, and night swims under the stars. Pick it here. For nearly 50 years, Surfside Pools has been creating the backdrops for life's best memories. From weekly service and repairs to remodels, commercial maintenance, and new pool construction, Surfside does it all. Ready to float happy? SurfsidePools.net or call 904-246-2666. Surfside Pools. Summer starts here. License number CPC 044080.
Big personalities, bold opinions. Lunch just got louder. Josie, Matt, and Leon are XL Prime Time from the big #1 Duval Ford Studios.
Any questions? Yeah, when's lunch?
Noon to 2 on 1010 XL.
Bro, have you heard about the hottest and newest sports league in town?
Vanguard Sports League isn't just VIP, it's the standard. Smoke-filled tunnel intros, cool benches with canopies, big scoreboards, championship rings, and convenient locations all across Jacksonville. Oh, and Mascot Potty's there hyping everyone up every game. No wonder it's the talk of the town. Spring and summer registration now open.
Search VanguardSportsLeague.com today.
Get a healthy start in 2026. The Florida Department of Health in Duval County is here to help you get healthy and stay healthy all year long. Our dedicated team is committed to providing high-quality care and trusted public health services for our community. Our mission is simple: to protect, promote, and improve the health of you and your family. Learn more about our programs and services by visiting duval.floridahealth.gov.
Looking for golf that doesn't feel like golf? Welcome to Pine Royale, Callahan's new golf entertainment destination. Play a 9-hole par 3 course, compete in TrackMan-powered driving bays, and get ready for all-new 18-hole mini golf coming soon. As the sun goes down, the course lights up. Add in great food, a full bar, and space to hang with the whole crew, and suddenly golf feels a whole lot more social. Search Pine Royale Callahan and come play today.
Hey, it's Brent with Arcosa Crushed Concrete. If you've got concrete or asphalt rubble on your site, let me buy it from you, and I will recycle it into construction material for your future projects. Arcosa Crushed Concrete. Get paid for what you don't need.
Hi, it's Tara Lagaman. Jeff and I love Local Fair Jacks for fresh eggs, quality meat, produce. It's all from local farmers. There's no scary recalls, just food you can feel good about feeding your family. Learn more at localfairjacks.com.
Get ready for Men at Work. And Toad the Wet Sprocket. Live in concert. Friday, July 17th, St. Augustine Amphitheater with Shonen Knife. Get tickets now at AXS.com. Don't miss Men at Work and Toad the Wet Sprocket.
Create a backyard your family will love. Jack's Outdoor Solutions, an authorized dealer of Celebrity Greens, installs PGA quality artificial turf golf greens and complete outdoor spaces. From turf to custom hardscapes, landscaping, and lighting, every project is built for style, durability, and family fun. Locally owned and trusted across Northeast Florida, customers rave about their results. Check their 5-star reviews on Google. Plan your dream backyard today at jacksoutdoorsolutions.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. He's number 55.
Tom McManus.
Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. Superior products, exceptional service. On 1010XL.
All right, you can stream us, as always, on YouTube, on X, on Facebook right now. We look a little off-center, trying to make some room. We're told Steve Elkington and Tim Clark, among former champions who are on the grounds right now, might be swinging by the booth before long, and we'll chat with them about their Players' Championship experience. If we get both of those guys, that's 3 titles between them, going back as far as 91 with Elkington, most recently 2010 with Tim Clark. That was his first win on the PGA Tour. Man, I forgot how young Adam Scott was.
Yeah, no
when
kidding.
He won it. He's 23 years old when he won it here.
Yep.
And just watching some highlights the other day with Heather at the house, and she's like, "Is Adam Scott good?" I'm like, go ask your mom, you know, because her mom definitely knows that Adam Scott. Yes, Adam Scott has been among the better players in the world for a couple of decades. Hon, thanks for asking.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure.
I remember seeing him at a restaurant in Ponte Vedra. When he was not the year he won it, but close. And The ladies around him were swooning like crazy.
He's a handsome man, they say, Tom.
They
The
were
ladies
going nuts.
think he's a very handsome youngster.
That's
Not
right.
as young as he used to be, but who is? Absolutely nobody. All right, why don't we do this? Let's take care of a little business before we get to that. We got more from James Gladstone coming up this hour as well. But first, let's go around the NFL.
Now, Gems Around the NFL, brought to you by Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jax Beach.
Tennessee is signing outside linebacker Jake Martin, 2 years, $11 million. Minnesota is signing quarterback Kyler Murray to a one-year minimum deal with a no-trade clause, clearing the path for him to be a free agent again next offseason. Miami has officially released Tua Tagovailoa, and Atlanta has already agreed to a deal with him as well. Cincinnati is signing defensive tackle Jonathan Allen, 2 years, $26 million. The Bengals have also agreed to a 2-year contract extension with offensive tackle Orlando Brown that has him now under contract there with the Bengals through the 2028 season. Pittsburgh is signing safety Jaquan Brisker, 1 year, $5.5 million. Buffalo and defensive back Chauncey Gardner-Johnson have agreed to a 1 year, $6 million deal. The Bills also signed corner D. Alford to a 3-year, $15.75 million deal. Running back Rashad White is signing a 1-year deal with Washington. The LA Chargers are signing running back Keaton Mitchell, 2 years, $9.25 million. Also bringing back linebacker Denzel Perriman on a 1-year deal. And defensive tackle Caleb Banks suffered a broken foot the night before his on-field workout at the NFL Combine. That will keep him sidelined until at least June. He's already undergone surgery to repair the injury.
I hate foot injuries, man.
Oh,
I hate them.
Tell me about it.
But does this make Caleb Banks fall into a range where the
Yeah, but
Jags
if
might
he's got foot problems.
Did he have a previous foot injury?
He had
Wasn't
some
that the deal?
injury
In college, I think, last year.
I think they're not sure if this is related or
Yeah.
not. But I mean, somebody's going to take a chance on him, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, he was being talked about around that 20 to 25 range of the
Yeah.
first round, and it's going to be interesting to see when, because every team doctor will get a chance to look at him if they want.
Yeah. Do we know where the break is in the foot?
The fourth metatarsal, Tom?
Fourth?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's what I read.
It's on the- yeah.
So that means nothing to me. I don't know.
Well, the fifth is on the far outside.
Okay.
So fourth is obviously next to it.
Do you know if that worse or better or as a general rule?
I'd like to know what kind of fracture it is. Is it stress? Like I by the way, I've
I
had a
gotcha.
bunch of foot
No,
injuries,
yeah,
so I
you-
kind of know
you
the
seem
foot
like
a
you
little
do.
bit. Yeah, I mean, I've cracked my fifth metatarsal, ruptured a tendon, had a navicular fracture, which is right on top of your foot, right next to where your ankle comes into your foot. That's very painful. So that's the only concern. Like, how were his feet built? Mine weren't built for football, to be honest with you. The high arch. I have dancer's feet. To be honest with you, my whatever they call it for dance looks unbelievable.
You passed it along, though.
But I definitely did. Oh yeah, my wife too. But I'd always run on the outsides of my feet. That's because the way they were built. And then I try to run on my toes, and then I just they fall apart. So that's the only concern.
Yeah.
How far does he go? And what is the diagnosis there? Because man,
Right.
if you don't have your feet, as we all know, forget it. If there's going to be a problem.
But again, we're hearing he may be cleared by June. Not like, you know what I mean? Like,
if that's the second break, though, because I think it was a foot injury his senior year. I think. Second break.
No, I hear you.
Just saying, you might want to.
It's that college thing. It's hard to get details on any kind of injuries with those guys.
Right.
While they're going through it when he's down at Florida. They don't have to report any of that, so they don't, generally speaking. But the league's going to know. Like, they're going to do all the medical eval on him and find all the information out.
Yep.
We're just not going to be privy to it.
Well, and again, it's your staff that says, hey, you know what? He's going to heal. We feel good about it. This isn't a reoccurring thing. And you should feel good about taking him, and it could definitely come down.
And that's assuming the Jags even love the tape and all that other stuff, that goes along with it. But he definitely was a guy that had been projected in that first round
He's
range.
a massive human being.
And I think prior to this injury being disclosed, if you had told Jag fans that he would fall into the second round, they would have been all over it.
Yeah.
A lot of folks, I've seen a lot of people saying, man, I hope that's the one guy that we can swing a move up to get. I don't know how realistic that is.
And there's not a whole lot in this.
Yes,
Man,
right. So
all this. I just want Mason Smith to come along.
That'd be great too.
Light the fire, man.
I don't think you can count on it.
You can't. You can't.
So anything he gives you, to me, is just a found money kind of situation.
Icing on the cake.
All right, let's take a time out here and maybe come back, hopefully, with a couple of former Players Champions very soon in the next few minutes or so. Stopping by Steve Elkington and Tim Clark on the grounds. I'm sure there are a number of former players on the grounds.
Oh, yeah.
Even though I hear it every year, we walk in the back way towards the Davis Love gate, and we turn right to go in the media entrance. But for all the folks coming in on that gate, and I'm sure it's that way all around the grounds. You hear the recordings of the past calls of the great,
cool.
and you hear the same ones every day. I still love it.
Yeah,
and they don't have a video screen up there going with it. It's just the audio calls, and it's fantastic.
Anytime fans go crazy is awesome in sports.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what it is. When they go nuts, it's just so cool.
All right, get you another leaderboard update coming your way. Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith, Tom McManus, hoping to catch up with a couple of former Players Champions before the hour is out. We are live here just outside of Trucks on 10. If you're coming up the 10th hole, you can watch everybody tee off, walk towards the fairway, hit that big fairway bunker, hang a right. You'll see Trucks on 10, grab a bite, stop by the 1010XL tent just outside and say hello. We continue on next on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Jaguars
Today.
From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL. Now, Studio Talk with Dan Hicken and Jeff Prosser.
The captain of the ship is giving orders. My ship makes me captain.
The Drill.
They be my charts. That makes you sharper.
Mornings.
Stow it!
On 1010XL. Here's a 1010XL Players Championship Leaderboard update.
And a very good morning to you. This report is brought to you by Roundtree Sod, Wingstop, and LiveForeverGolf.com. Hi, flying Jack O'Brien here. You've seen logos on the players and their bags and their shirts and so on. The PGA Tour does allow players to sell advertising space on almost all of their gear, including the hat, which is the most valuable advertising space, often commanding over $1 million for top stars. Other than that, the chest and sleeves, of course, the bag, which is often reserved for the primary equipment sponsor or a major financial partner. Now back to the leaderboard. Let's take a look. Sepp Straka, after 9 holes today, is 3 under for the day and at 8 under par. He is also tied for the lead with Corey Connors, 5 under for the day through 7 holes. Both players are at 8 under par, just 2 shots ahead of Alex Smalley, who's having a good day today, -4 for the day through 11. He's at 6 under. Xander Schauffele, 3 under for the day, now also at 6 under par, as is Cameron Young, who's 2 under for today after 8 holes and is 6 under par. Austin Smotherman, also at 6 under par. 3 players are tied at 5 under. Lee Hodges, Sahith Theegala, and Maverick McNeely, yesterday's leader. Keep it here on 1010XL for all of your coverage of the Players' Championship. A quick note, interested Rory McIlroy, now at 1 over par through 8 holes today. The cut line is currently at 2 over. Keep it here on 1010XL for continuous coverage. Now back to Jaguars Today.
Ahead, we build platforms for digital business. We help create your platform for digital business by weaving together advances in cloud infrastructure, intelligent operations, and modern applications. Digital business is comprised of 5 pillars. We call them imperatives because they're a must-have, not a nice-to-have. We enterprise cloud, integrated security, scaled DevOps, intelligent operations, and relentless automation. Need help with digital transformation? Ahead. Learn, grow, achieve.
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
All right, Jack, so let's talk about it. Spring cleaning feels great until your drains remind you what they've been holding on to all winter. If your sink's burping, your shower's backing up, or your toilet's hesitating like it's reading a blitz, it's time to call in the pros. Call Duck Duck Rooter. During their spring drain cleaning promotion, get your drains cleaned plus a free camera inspection for just $129. Must have outside clean out, honest pricing, proven experience, no fourth quarter surprises. When you're stuck, call the Duck. That's 904-862-6769 or duckduckrooter.com.
Firehouse Subs is adding a new heavy hitter to the roster, the Chicken and Cheddar Rancher. Grilled chicken, melted cheddar, crispy bacon stacked high with fresh toppings, and creamy buttermilk ranch. The Chicken and Cheddar Rancher, only at Firehouse Subs.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists congratulate the 1010XL Scholar Athlete of the Week.
Jada Mincy, senior cheerleader, weightlifter, and track and field athlete at First Coast High School. She's the president of the National Honor Society and has been accepted to attend FSU.
At the First Coast YMCA, there's no place like this place, with programs and experiences that will bring your whole family together. Summer will be here before we know it, and Y Summer Day Camp registration is now open. Visit your local Y to secure your child's spot early for a season full of memories and adventure. Don't delay. Day camps will fill up. There's no place like this place, so visit your local Y to sign up or online at fcymca.org. Search Summer Day Camp.
Looking for adventure? Need a machine that works as hard as you do? CF Moto has you covered. At Ride Now Beach Boulevard, we've got CF Moto ATVs and UTVs built for any task, any trail, anytime. Tear up the dirt with the trail-tested C-Force ATV lineup or conquer through terrain with a Z-Force UTV. Find your CF Moto ride today at Ride Now Beach Boulevard or visit ridenowbeachboulevard.com. ATVs and UTVs are for riders 16 and older. They can be hazardous to operate. CF Moto recommends an improved safety training course.
Did you know there's local savings sitting in your mailbox right now? Money Pages is packed with real coupons from your favorite local businesses. Save money at restaurants like Al's Pizza, on pet care at Forever Vets, and on entertainment for the whole family at the Alhambra Theater. Plus, make sure to download the Money Pages app for savings on the go. Pages in your mailbox right now.
This is Victor Patel, CEO of North Florida Medical Center. Have you been in an auto accident? Are you feeling pain or stiffness? Our board-certified team has over 15 years' experience helping patients recover through chiropractic care, physical therapy, pain management, primary care, and neurology. Even minor injuries can cause long-term problems if left untreated. Schedule your free consultation today at nfmcjax.com. North Florida Medical Center, bringing the care back to healthcare.
Have you or someone you care about been arrested or had their driver's license taken away? I'm Susan Cohen, and I work with David Robbins at the law firm of Epstein & Robbins. We are experienced fighters for those charged with DUI and all criminal offenses. I've been named the best DUI attorney in the state, and David has been named the best criminal defense lawyer in Jacksonville. In your battle with the justice system, there is only one thing you need to know. Dial David 24/7 at Epstein & Robbins, 354-5645.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative. Now's the perfect time to order Logo coffee mugs, or maybe a Logo Sick brand tumbler. They're seriously ice cold and look great with your company logo. HardballCreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focus, fueled, fearless, Farah. You're Mackin' with Tom McManus. Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. Superior products, exceptional service. On 1010XL.
All right, we are live at the Players. Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith, Tom McManus here with you, wrapping up not really the first full week, but the end of the week of the start of free agency, and shouldn't expect much more activity. I think, Tom, with Tony and I talked about it yesterday. Once they scheduled that press conference for yesterday, you kind of figured that most of their early wave is going to be done.
Yeah.
Maybe there'll be a target of opportunity out there, but there have been several defensive tackles like Jonathan Allen, who Tony mentioned in our update, who signed that you could have signed and not hurt your compensatory formula, because they were vets who were released, what have you. But look, they've got a plan. But see, their plan last year led them to 13 wins. I think they definitely deserve the benefit of the doubt. Doesn't mean we can't critique the moves that they make.
No, yeah, I mean, look, the other side of it, again, like, I'm sitting here thinking, like, look, it feels like, hey, we're running it back. You know what I mean? We got the same guys running it back. We don't, because we're missing a few guys. It feels like we've depleted. We haven't, refurbished or reimbursed that depletion, but it's not over yet. I think the main rush of it is over. But like Gladstone said, look, we grab these picks. It'll be useful for when we want somebody, maybe after June 1 or during the year. Is there, a guy like like a Joey Bosa you'd bring in for a 1 year, $4 or $5 million when the timing's right?
Sure.
You know what I mean? To help you just add to that pass rushing, capability. So I agree with you. Look, I'm going to critique it. It's just my nature, but I've got to give them the benefit of the doubt. As far as look, the 13 wins and the way they did it. I keep thinking though, too, Debs. I've mentioned this before to both of you. Like, was last year like? That was just the perfect time, to maybe make a run at the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? And they knew this was kind of coming. Hey, we spent our money last year. We know what we're up against with what the regime left us with and the contracts. We got to clean this up. And then our strategy's got to be more towards these draft picks. And, we're not going to make a big splash. We're not going to make these, big moves. But that doesn't mean we're not going to continue to build the roster.
I'll be honest.
Sense?
I think they absolutely surprised themselves last year. And James Gladstone said yesterday, last year was about raising the floor in free agency.
Right.
Like, we needed base level competency at a number of spots.
And they did that.
And they did, right? They had guys you brought in. Were they the best in the league? No, but they improved your position. They gave you some depth because they brought in some versatile pieces that could play multiple spots. And it did work out, and then you did have a lot of things work in your favor. You got off to a great start against a tough schedule. You had certain teams in the AFC were a little bit down, so your record elevated you up to look. You win 13, you're going to be a high seed regardless any particular time. So I don't think they're looking at it like, well, last year was a year to compete. I think they're still going to be super aggressive if they get into the season and they realize, man, we're not getting this from this guy, or we lose this guy due to injury. I think that's why they're trying to stockpile the picks they have so they can be proactive and go out there and make another Jacoby Myers deal, who, by the way, I guess he and Logan Cook got redone, right? Restructured their deals.
Yep.
So that's freeing up more cap space. So look, it happens every year. There's no sense in worrying about the Jags or any other team being over the cap prior to the start of the league year.
Figure something out.
Right. It's just a question of how you're going to get under, but how far under are you going to be able to get in order to operate and make proactive moves?
Yeah, I think they got the rope they have from everybody, given that they won 13 games.
Yeah.
Right? And there's no denying that. I agree, Demps, that I think they surprised themselves by doing it. At that kind of level in year one, trying to install all that was new with everything they wanted to do for it to work as well as it did, ultimately, when everything happened. And I thought about it several times this week, but didn't express it this way. I'm not sure how much more aggressive they even could have been.
Right.
In free agency this year, if last year had been more what we thought it was going to be, right? Like if they had been an 8 or 9 win team last year instead of a 13 win team, I think they would have been able to be a little bit more aggressive, but not way more aggressive. They just don't have the tools they would need to be able to. So they're going through an offseason where they did win 13 games and they can play it the way they're playing it this offseason, falling back on we won 13 games.
Yep.
And I don't know how much more aggressive they could have been if they wanted to be, given their limitations going into this offseason.
They were. Yeah, there was definitely that. No question about it. I don't know. Look, I know as far as some fans, you look at other teams like, man, they reloaded or they grabbed this guy. Like, man, but again, I was saying this on Helmets and Hills yesterday. Just because it looks good on paper and sounds good doesn't always turn out to be good.
But then again, I think this whole you have to build through the draft, be a team that builds through the draft. Well, the Patriots and the Seahawks were two of the 4 highest spending teams in free agency last year, and they were in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So I think that's garbage. I mean, to sustain it at the same nucleus, to have the same nucleus come back year after year, yes, you have to do that with the draft. But clearly, I mean, does Seattle win the Super Bowl without Sam Darnold?
Right.
He wasn't some draft and develop guy. Right. They went out and found a quarterback in free agency, and that doesn't always happen, but they did it, and they got the job done.
There's no one formula.
There is no one formula.
If you build it, they will come.
That's right.
That's the idea.
Yeah, right.
Like,
just win, baby.
If you get a team that's winning, everyone's going to be excited about it.
No doubt.
Yeah.
And look, we'll see how it goes. The Ravens, are they a draft and develop team until they decide they got to go get,
That's right.
Trey Hendrickson or Max Crosby or one of those guys? Everybody does it, and it gets downplayed because that's what they want to have you believe in. Because I think in part for the teams that are struggling, it gives you, it takes time. You got to give us a couple of years.
Right.
And
it's a combination of a bunch of things. I saw somebody that went through and showed we talk about the Ravens and their compensatory pick thing, right?
Yep.
Like they get 3 or 4 of them every year.
And that all the picks they actually spent them on, they were terrible.
The players have given them no impact.
None.
Right? The compensatory guy. So it's nice if you're going to do the compensatory direction and it feels cool, to take advantage of that kind of thing going on. That doesn't matter unless you get good players doing it.
But I'll say this. If you have, let's say you were going to hit on 60% of your picks. I don't know, making up a number, right?
Okay.
Well, if I have 7, maybe that's 4 picks I'm hitting on, right? But if I have 10 picks, now I'm hitting on 6 picks instead of 4, right? I'm still hitting on the same ratio, but I have more shots at it. So I get, but it was funny to him because I saw the same thing. I looked at that, and it was like, here are the guys the Ravens have gotten with like their last 8 compensatory picks, and it was like straight garbage.
Right.
I mean,
no, right. Just because you have them don't mean it.
Right. You got to still do. But and that's what Gladstone was saying in part, that hey, it's not just who we're going to draft potentially with these. It's that now we've got a little extra flexibility. We can trade a 4th, a 5th, a 6th, and still have a pick in each of those rounds next year if we want to acquire.
Yeah, and look, those things add up. Those draft, you always see those packages. Hey, we'll throw in a 6th, we'll throw in a 7th, we'll throw in a 4th, and they get the job done. Look what they did with Jacoby. He took a 4th and a 6th, right, last year.
Yep.
So you needed that 4th to be able to throw that into the pile. So, no, look, that's the strategy. That's what they're going with, and again, we'll give them the benefit of the doubt, and we'll critique it along the way and see what happens. But again, I go back to like, 08, we're 1 player away. 22, we've got 21 and 22 coming back. I don't want that. You know what I mean? And that's the only thing that one side of me says, well, we're going back with the same. We're believing because we won 13, we can do it again with the same group. And maybe you can. I'm not saying you can't. But, in years past, it's shown that you haven't. So it's not their regime. Different regimes, right? It's not this regime. But, at the same time, want to make sure that it's more than just running it back because you still got to add to this.
Do you think Gladstone wouldn't like to have 50 extra million in cap space to go sign $25 million a year?
Of course.
Of course he would.
Yeah.
And still build through the draft. Right. And so, that's why if you do well and you keep that pipeline going, you have a certain base level of young talent that's coming up. All right. Tim Clark on the way, moments away. So let's step aside, take a break here quickly, and we'll come back with former Players Champion here as we're live out at the Players just outside Trucks on 10. This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today.
You're at the home of the Jaguars in the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. Superior products, exceptional service.
Turn on the radio.
In your car, 92.5 FM and 1010 AM.
Would you like to drive for a while?
In your house, at the beach, on your phone, at the gym, on vacation, out of town.
Well, everyone knows that.
Download our free 1010XL app for all smart devices. Here's a 1010XL Players Championship Leaderboard update.
Hi, Flying Jack O'Brien here. This report is brought to you by Firehouse Subs, Green Acres Sporting Goods, and by Campione Law. Thanks to Grace Donnellan for providing the huge font sponsor list. That's very funny. Let's run down some leaderboard also-rans, starting with Rory McIlroy. 1 under for the day, but still 1 over for the tournament, 9 shots back. Scotty Scheffler, even par, 8 shots back, needs to kick it up today. Pearson Cootie, now 11 over. He won't make the cut. Emiliano Grillo and Davis Riley, both at 12 under. They'll need a Tom Hoagie record-setting round to make that cut. Now let's go to the top of the leaderboard and take a look. Sepp Straka, 3 under for the day, 8 under for the tournament through 10 holes. He's got a 1-shot lead over Corey Connors, who just bogeyed the 8th hole. He fell back to 7 under and a stroke back. Alex Smalley, Xander Schauffele, and Austin Smotherman all at 6 under par, 2 strokes behind. Keep your radio locked in to 1010XL, Jacksonville Sports Radio, for continuous coverage of the Players' Championship. Live from the headquarters, I'm Jack O'Brien. Now back to Jaguars Today. Instant Keys is turning 25, a quarter century of saving the day when your keys mysteriously vanish.
Seriously, it was just in my pocket.
Or when that remote fob decides to quit working.
The dealership is such a hassle.
For 25 years, Instant Keys has been the go-to locksmith service for car keys, house keys, transponders, re-keys, and even high-tech smart locks. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you. For honest, professional locksmith service, use Instant Keys.
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
Did you know that an annual coating inspection can extend the life of your building by years? Catching early signs like hairline cracks, fading, and moisture intrusion helps prevent costly repairs down the road and keeps your property looking its best. Our team at Performance Painting helps you stay ahead of maintenance with professional inspections and long-lasting coating solutions. Protect your building, protect your budget. Go to performance-painting.com to schedule a free inspection. Performance Painting, repair, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting.
Springtime is the perfect time to get your home organized. Hey, this is Lauren Brooks, and I love our closets from Closets by Design. They create custom storage systems designed around how you actually live. From closets and garages to entertainment centers, laundry rooms, and storage for any space and budget. Make an appointment to tour their showroom on Phillips Highway and get 40% off plus an extra 15% off for installation and 18 months special financing. Schedule your free consultation at 904-878-9393 or find them online, closetsbydesign.com.
Royal Pest Services, a local company you can trust. Royal Pest is a certified installer of tap insulation, which stands for thermal, acoustic, and pest control. Reduce that electric bill by adding pest protection. It's that easy. Online at royalpestservices.com.
Hey, Hicken here, and I want to tell you about Beach's Dermatology and my doctor, Dr. Metz. I've been going to Dr. Metz for, I don't know how many years, decades. I got the scars to prove it. Listen, Jets, I love the beach. I love to play golf. I love Florida. I love to go to my kids' games in the hot sun all weekend long. Summer's basically here, and the sun will be shining. Don't forget your sunscreen. Trust me on this. You need to go get checked out today. It's more important than you think. Give Beach's Dermatology a call online at beachesdermatology.com.
When it comes to glass, you don't want average. You want flawless. Duval Glass and Mirror has transformed homes and businesses across Jacksonville for over 35 years. Frameless showers that wow. Mirrors cut exactly to your style. Fogged or broken glass replaced. Decorative tabletops. Windows replaced or repaired to stand up to Florida storms. All backed by a 100% guarantee. Visit DuvalGlass.com for your free quote. There's only one name for glass and mirror around these parts. It's Duval.
If your ride is making strange noises, don't wait and make it worse. Come to Action Transmission on Merrill Road. My expert technicians can diagnose the problem and likely fix it fast. Experience the difference at Action Transmission on Merrill Road.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the Monahan's golden moment. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach, your local family jewelers.
All right, Jaguars Today back live at the Players. Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith, Tom McManus here with you. Tony, I looked at my credential. I looked on both sides. It does not say past players champion.
No?
Like Tim Clark's does.
That's right.
Who's sitting down across from me.
I can't believe he introduced you with that intro and didn't mention his hole-in-one.
Come on. Stop it. Stop it. Don't embarrass me in front of Tim, please. Former champion out here in 2010. Tim, good morning. How are you?
I'm great, thanks, and nice to be with you guys.
Yeah, nice to be with you as well.
Same.
You're making your home these days out in Scottsdale. You were telling us. Been there for quite a while, and welcome to your 50s, as you said, when just recently turned. Trying to get the back in shape. Would you like to make a run at the Champions Tour if you could?
I would love to. I mean, obviously, as a pro golfer, I still follow a lot of golf, and I've always followed the Champions Tour over the years. And nice, a lot of my peers going out there and playing, and I'm pretty envious watching them. So I'm trying everything I can to get out there.
Pretty good purses out there for a 3-rounder.
For old guys, it is. Yeah,
absolutely, man. What does this venue mean to you? As your first win on the PGA Tour, how much how many fond memories does this place hold for you?
Yeah, it's pretty special coming back, and it's obviously been quite a few years, but just to also see the growth of what's happening here with the tournament, the golf course and everything, it's truly becoming a special event, and it always has been, but it's just growing every year. But yeah, obviously for me, being my first win and and on this venue, it's very special for sure.
Do you have? Everyone seems to, if you played it, everyone talks about 17, and it is the theater of that particular hole. But do you have, with all the times you've had the opportunity to play this golf course, do you have a favorite hole?
Well, that wouldn't be the one. That it wouldn't be 17. I can tell you that.
Most players don't say that. Yeah.
I mean, I tell people that final round. That's the worst I've ever felt standing over a golf ball. Was trying to hit that shot in contention, knowing one mistake and my tournament's over. So it truly is an amazing hole, and what it does to a player and his psyche. And since my win, I still watch guys, and I'm amazed the shots that they still hit, because I know what they're going through.
Yeah.
I mean, that year when Ricky Fowler did what he did out there, I mean, that was incredible,
15,
right?
yeah.
So favorite, I've never really had favorite holes at golf courses, but what's amazing with this course is every shot is important out here, and I think that's what makes it such a great course.
Yeah.
You have to think from the tee all the way to the green. You try to even pick a side of the fairway you need. On the green, you're picking spots. What I have noticed is walking around this year is how narrow it is. When I was playing a lot of golf, I didn't look at trouble.
Yeah.
But I'm walking here now, and looking at 10, I cannot believe how narrow it looks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, I know.
Like 10 is so intimidating to me off the tee.
Yeah, the precision, you got to be precise in this tournament, don't you?
And that's the thing. Obviously, all facets of your game have to be good to win around here. And that year I drove it good. So holes like 10, I was hitting a lot of drivers, because not being one of the longer hitters, I felt like I could gain something here by hitting driver. Guys would maybe have to hit an iron off the tee.
Yeah.
So I was getting myself closer to the green on a lot of these holes, which never happens on a course that's wide open.
Yeah. Take us inside the pressure, Tim. I'm sure Sunday, going for the win, that's an enormous amount of pressure. But how about Friday, making the cut? How about Saturday making your run? Like, if you had to pick the next day that had the most pressure for these golfers, what do you think it is?
Well, typically Saturday's a tough round, especially if you're in contention. But the year I won, I was 7 shots back. I only just made the cut. So I knew the strange thing is I was playing great golf, and I also wasn't thinking about winning. The trick to being a great golfer is not to worry about your results. Scotty Scheffler's doing a great job of that right now. He just sticks to the process. Yeah. And that's something I struggled with through my career. But I came here with a good mindset. I felt good about my game. And even though I'd only just made the cut, I felt like I actually played pretty good. I'm only 3 under or whatever I was, but I was playing well. So I didn't change anything that Saturday, and because I wasn't in contention, I didn't have to think about lead or anything anyway. And I think I shot, 66, or I'm not going to say 67, but I just did.
Wow.
And
for the few kids who listen to this program, they're very happy with you right now.
They're excited.
So that put me into contention, and again, because I was playing well, I went out on Sunday just in that same sort of zone, and I played great. Like I say, the first time it hit me was on 17 tee. It really, all of a sudden it came down on me. Yeah.
Do you remember that shot on Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, it's again, I'd actually just missed a short birdie putt on 16. I had a great chance. Didn't hit a bad putt. But it was downhill. The greens are pretty slick at that time, and I missed that. And all of a sudden, it just felt like the weight of the world was on me when I stepped onto that tee. So and there was a little bit of wind. So I've never asked my caddy so many times the yardage and the wind, trying to confirm.
Yeah.
Because you've got to commit to something on that tee. If you don't, you're dead.
Right.
And my whole body had gone sort of numb at this point, and barely had any feel. And I managed to get over the ball and I just let it go. I finally, I'm standing over there being like, you need to commit. You go, and I did, and hit a great shot to the middle of the green, and was able to 2-putt.
Yeah.
But what happened on 17 really helped me for 18, because 18's, I think, it's the toughest hole out on the golf course.
Yeah.
And if you hit it right, you're making bogey. And I hadn't won a tournament yet, and I knew I couldn't bail out. I had to take this tournament. Bailing out, I'm going to make bogey, probably end up losing. So, as bad as I felt on 17, I felt unbelievable on 18. Like, it was just a calm, that slow motion swing where where everything is, and I was going to hit a straight sort of down the right side with the driver, and I just felt so good through the swing. It was just slow motion to me, and I at the last minute I just turned it over and hit a draw down there way down the fairway and only hit like a 7-iron in. So yeah,
that's awesome.
And people wonder. I think golfers, and maybe you can't do this with all the tournaments you didn't win, but golfers have an amazing recall of the conditions, the shot, the club, everything that goes into it. It's fantastic. Tim Clark, former Players Champion, here with us. Obviously, you mentioned Scotty, Rory. There's an elite tier of guys out there that can win anywhere at any time. Who did you like coming into this week, maybe a cut below that tier, guys who are trying to put themselves into that group?
Well, there's so many new faces this year and great players. I mean, you've got Goddard, who's won twice already. I mean, he's been on the tour for a while, but there's just such talent out here right now. And guys, they're all hitting it very far, so you can't even say, well, they're all pretty long, right? But a golf course like this, I liked a guy like a Russell Henley, who actually he's played well. Tommy Fleetwood's played some good golf at the end of last year, and I think this is a great golf course for a guy like that. I got to be biased. I walked 9 holes with my friend Adam Scott the other day, and
we were talking about him earlier.
We were,
and I just he's hitting the ball and playing incredibly well.
Stiffed it yesterday to 2 feet on 17.
Yeah, so a guy like that, I think, could, knowing the course and knowing what's required out here, could come out and play well. Yeah.
You've played the best golf courses in the world, major tournament golf, obviously. What makes this tournament special? Why is this the Players?
Well, for us, obviously, it is the Players. So it's the PGA Tour's event. It's pretty much our event and our biggest event we've had. This golf course has now brought a great history to the tournament. I mean, super recognizable, especially when you get
iconic
to those last 3 holes. And that's what builds a great championship, I think. I mean, when you look back at Augusta National and the Masters, it's the same golf course every year. I mean, you can pick out shots that were hit 30 years ago. He hit that shot from that bunker, and that's what's happening here. I think you're starting to build that sort of legacy. Obviously, the strongest field in golf. They can't, no one can argue that.
That's right.
And I think the Players are really they behind it, and they want to win this tournament, and that makes it extra special.
So, Tim, from a player's perspective, a lot of talk about making the Players Championship the 5th major. Do the players? Do they feel like they want that? How do you feel about it? Do you think it should happen? Does it need to happen? What are your thoughts on it becoming that 5th major?
Well, I think we all agree that if you set the 4 majors aside, it's the next biggest tournament,
right?
For sure.
Yeah.
You could argue that it's probably actually holds more weight than one of the other majors, purely because of strength of field.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it also can stand alone as its own tournament, right? Like,
what would you prefer as a former champion?
I'd love to be known as a major champion.
Dumb question. I'm a football player.
But I don't think they'll I don't think they're going to backdate it, right? So
in our mind, we're always going to think of you as a very major champion. You're part of that lore that we're building here in Ponte Vedra. And Tim Clark, appreciate you stopping by. Hopefully for you, the back can allow you to compete going into the future and continued success in all you do with your family out in Scottsdale. Appreciate you taking some time out with us today.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks, Tim.
You got it. Former Players Champion Tim Clark from 2010 stopping by Jaguars Today. Final break. We'll come back and put a bow on this one today, live at the Players on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today.
From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL. Streaming live from the XL Digital Studios. Polished by Harbor Dental Care, the locally owned smile restoration experts.
Don't miss the music of ELO. Don't bring me down. The Orchestra, with former members of Electric Light Orchestra. Catch all the hits March 18th at Florida Theater. The Orchestra. Get tickets now at floridatheater.com.
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
Firehouse Subs is adding a new heavy hitter to the roster, the Chicken and Cheddar Rancher. Grilled chicken, melted cheddar, crispy bacon stacked high with fresh toppings, creamy buttermilk ranch. The Chicken and Cheddar Rancher, only at Firehouse Subs.
Be the first to discover the best new home community in beautiful Green Cove Springs. Highland Trail, where the rhythm of life slows down. Enjoy green spaces, luxury pools, pickleball courts, winding trails, and more at livehighlandtrail.com. Choose from 3 premium builders, just starting in the 300s.
Oh, at Highland Trail.
Ahead, we build platforms for digital business. We help create your platform for digital business by weaving together advances in cloud infrastructure, intelligent operations, and modern applications. Digital business is comprised of 5 pillars. We call them imperatives because they're a must-have, not a nice-to-have. We enterprise cloud, integrated security, scaled DevOps, intelligent operations, and relentless automation. Need help with digital transformation? Ahead. Learn, grow, achieve.
This is Hayes Carlion for First Florida Credit Union. I went to the branch on 210 to get my car loan and had a fantastic experience. I got a great rate and was in and out. The online banking services are also outstanding. Depositing checks through the mobile app is fast and efficient. First Florida Credit Union was voted Best Credit Union in the Best of Bold City Community Choice Awards for 3 years running, and it's easy to see why. You need to be banking with First Florida Credit Union. They're enriching people every day. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity Lender.
New and pre-owned firearms are in stock at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach. Want a new sidearm or rifle? Brands like Kimber, Smith & Wesson, 6 Hour, Beretta. No lines, no hassle. Only at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
The Brown Family YMCA in Ponte Vedra Beach is better than ever. Come experience our new renovated spaces, including an expanded wellness center with upgraded state-of-the-art equipment, recovery solutions, brand new locker rooms, and the Horsell Center for Health and Well-Being, all designed to help you feel your best. And now you can join with no joining fee. Plus, enjoy your 4th month free. There's no place like this place. And you'll love what's new. Visit the Brown Family YMCA in Ponte Vedra Beach.
Ticket here for Action Garage Door. Nothing more frustrating than your garage door misfiring. When it does, I call Action Garage Door. They take action. Jeff and Art and crew, Jacksonville folks, not some big out-of-town chain. Something goes wrong with your garage door, take action. Check them out. Garage Door 911, garagedoor911.com.
If you're listening to 1010 and you're a parent, chances are your kids are playing sports. Check out i9sports.com with spring and summer registration open right now. In the gym or on the field, and now at Tokoi Creek High School and Westside Middle. Check it out, i9sports.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. You're Mackin' with Tom McManus, brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. Superior products, exceptional service on 1010XL.
All right, back at the players here for our final broadcast segment of the week, at least on Jaguars Today. And we just spoke with Tim Clark a few minutes ago, 2010 champion, got a 2-time champ, go all the way back to 91. That was before I started coming out to the players, Tony. 91 and 97, I believe. Steve Elkington, Aussie's finest, right here with us. Steve, good morning. How are you?
Great.
Nobody calls you Steve, do they, by the way?
Elk.
Elk, right?
You were young. How old were you in 91?
91. I was 23.
Okay.
Something
So
like that.
you were back there with making all the noise.
Oh, I was doing all kinds of stuff that I shouldn't have been doing at that age, brother. Trust me on that one, man. We're just talking with Tim. Similarity with you guys coming into the final round in your first win here. You're what, 4 strokes back, I think, something like 3 or 4 out of contention. Did that just put you in a freer mind space to go out there and drop some birdies on Sunday?
91, I was young, and this tournament back then gave the biggest purse, and it gave a 10-year exemption. And Fuzzy Zeller and Paul Azinger and all these guys were in that tournament. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, honestly. at that point. I've only been on tour about 4 years. Wow. And Jack Nicklaus is still around, all these great players. So, I got hot on that back nine. This course kind of suits me a little bit. I was just seeing Corey Connors go by there. He's probably the leader. He's got a similar game. He's a straight hitter. You've got to play your best golf here. You've got to hit it straight off the tee. You've got to be a good iron player, pin high guy. You don't have to putt unreal, but you've got to hit it unreal. So I got hot. I famously drove it in a divot on 18. Payne Stewart, I don't know if you guys remember, was hurt, and he was doing commentary, and he's looking at my tee shot on 18, and it's in a divot. And I'm walking up to it, and Payne's like, "Oh, this is a really bad break. Steve Elkington's hit a great drive here, but it's in a divot. It's terrible." And I finished up hitting a famous shot, a 3-iron shot up there, and made birdie just to knock out Fuzzy and Zinger and all those guys. So I was more accomplished in '97. I knew what I was doing in '97, but '91 was a great win for me.
No doubt.
You've won the tournament twice. You've had the opportunity to play in it 19 times during your career. Do you have, looking back on it now, do you have a favorite moment from all the opportunities you had to play here?
Well, '97 was the best golf I played for a week ever. I think I birdied the first 5 holes off this tee on Thursday morning, and I never gave up the lead. And on Sunday, there's only one bigger ass kicking. We have a thing on tour that if you really kick some ass, you win wire to wire. But there's one category above that. Do you guys know what it could imagine that would be? Bigger than wire to wire.
I'm not going to guess. What is it?
It's leading the tournament wire to wire, but then the last day you shoot the low round of the day.
Oh, wow.
Because normally there'll be guys that come out hot.
Yeah.
But I was able to do that. So that was like, yes, this is unreal. Like I've mentally climbed some, Mount Everest.
No doubt.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just dangerous course.
Yeah.
As you know.
Elk, so after 91 and 97, the year after, what's it like to have to defend? You're coming back that next year defending your title. What's that like?
I think Justin Leonard won it in '98, I think. And I was there. I was right there.
Yeah.
Again, I used to love coming to this tournament. Still do, even though I'm not playing, but because it suited me. I can hit it straight.
Okay.
And I don't have to have my super long game. Like I was decent long back in the day, but not like these guys now. And you see guys like Rory and these guys, they don't need everything to play this course off the tee wise. But you see in at the top of the board, Sepp Stracker, no, he's not the long guy.
Sure. Right.
Connors, he's not the longest guy. But they naturally, when they make a decent action, it goes straight. And it gets tight. I mean, it gets tight inside of you here on the weekend because it asks you to do so much.
Tim Clark was saying it's one of the toughest mental courses, tee to green.
Yeah. And I used to have a deal where I would get anxiety about 17 if it was blowing early in my career, on the front nine. You think, oh God, this is gonna be ugly if we don't get this right. And I made a pact with myself that I wasn't going to worry about 17 until I got to 17. Just try to black it out. Because when you walk around 16, you go to 17, you can have everything right, and you could still hit it in the water. You could one hop it.
Right.
You could catch a gust. You could push it a yard. So I look back at some of the history, and I'm sure you guys do too. But that back right pin on Sunday, and you saw some of these great winners, Cal Pete, Hal Sutton. They hit it in there like this. Do you have any idea how big your cards have got to be to aim at that down?
or how much you have to get lucky on a little bit of a miss hit?
Do you have any idea how over in that corner that is?
Just going for it.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's crazy.
Aiming right at it.
Yeah. So
what you guys do on the tour every week amazes us. I mean, honestly, is that because we all play the sport and we realize how difficult it really is to do even some of the simple looking stuff. As we get ready to wrap up here, are you do you root for your fellow countryman Adam Scott? Do you have a particular favorite that you're?
I just saw Justin
get behind.
Jay Day just went through there. He's playing good.
Yep.
Yeah, I love Adam Scott. Great player, and he's real good friends with Tim Clark. I think they had a steak and some drinks last night upstairs. So
nice.
it takes a fair amount of experience to win this tournament. Those two guys got experience. Greg Norman won this tournament. You know, it's a hard course to win on, and it's a big prize. Big, you know, there's all this talk about it being a major and this. Look, it's the 5th biggest tournament by a mile. You know, the 4 majors are the 4 majors. I won the PGA and played good in a bunch of majors, but this course, you probably have to hit it the best for the week, even better than you would have to hit it to win the Masters. There's some, I don't want to say pushover holes at Augusta, but it's not asking you to do what this course asks you to do on the weekend.
Pretty impressive, man. And obviously you navigated it quite well in your time here. Horses for courses, whatever the case, Steve Elkington has a couple of those championship trophies. And Elk, it's great to see you. Looks like you're doing well. We hope that will continue for a long time. And we hope to see you back here at the Players. You're always one of the most welcome people.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for your time.
Elk. Appreciate you, man.
Enjoy the tournament. Steve Elkington, 2-time champion with the Players.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Appreciate you, buddy, for stopping by.
Thank you. That was great.
As he pointed, there's a lot of Aussies out there, man. They all can swing the club. There's no doubt about that. Elk's making the rounds along with Tim Clark. As we get ready to wrap up, do we want to say hello to Matt Hayes down there? Why don't we welcome in XL Primetime, RJ?
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
All right, how many tournaments have you won out here, Matt Hayes? Because our last 2 guests have 3 between them. It's good stuff. Appreciate Steve Elkington.
I don't think I've won a hole out here, actually.
No? Have you played the course before?
Long time ago.
Yeah, all right.
Long in
there
the
you go.
media, in the media tournament.
What's coming up today for the Primetime crew?
A lot of players talk, a lot of NFL talk. Apparently, Travis Etienne's last name is not Etienne anymore.
Etienne? What is he going with?
No, it's
Etienne?
Etienne.
Etienne. I wanted that to be the name the whole time. Yes.
Yeah, they've said that was like a known thing, but you know when Clemson's own pronunciation guide listed him as 3 letters.
They gave me the
E-T
phonetical.
and N, right? So I figured if it was
like
good enough for them.
Louisiana boy, Etienne. Like I would have had so much fun with that the whole time he was here, but they didn't give me the chance.
Well, good for him.
Yeah.
You know, our good friends at Clemson, it's difficult
they
to say that.
They set the academic bar.
I didn't say
Don't
that.
they?
I just said it's difficult for them to say that. That's all.
All right. Well,
it's easier to say E-T-N.
We cut into your time, so thanks for swinging by. Have a good show today.
All right, fellas.
All right, there you go. XL Primetime coming up for the next couple of hours and then on throughout the course of the afternoon. Thanks, everybody, for listening today. Especially thank Tim Clark and Steve Elkington for stopping by right at the end. Glad we could bring you a lot of the thoughts of James Gladstone on back again 100% on the Jags beginning on Monday as they continue to try to rebuild this team for another run at an AFC South championship. For Tom McManus, Tony Smith, and RJ Saunders, I'm Mike Dempsey. Stick around. XL Primetime is next here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today for the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. The station with the best Jaguars coverage when Jag News breaks. Hear it first on 1010XL, 92.5 FM.
The Players' Championship returns to TPC Sawgrass March 10th through 15th. Experience golf's most iconic stage with enhanced food and beverage offerings, interactive fan attractions, and an atmosphere built for every type of fan. See the best players in the world, including world #1 Scotty Scheffler, 2025 champion Rory McIlroy, and fan favorite Brooks Koepka take on the legendary Stadium Course and the famous Island Green. Tickets available at theplayers.com.
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
Mr. Chubby's Wings is giving away free beer again this year for the Madness Tournament. You can enter the bracket challenge at 1010XL.com right now. Monday morning, you can make your picks. Then when the tourney starts Thursday, print your bracket out and bring it into any Mr. Chubby's Wings location during the games. Every game you pick right, you get a free